looking for the price to pull back. So i.e., like in this scenario here, if the market pulls back to an area, we see a divergence or a cluster, we can look for an entry short. But with this system, oh, great stuff, Chris. So Chris entered the trade at a similar price with the trend line. Fantastic. So yeah, it was clean move, and you could have done well. So if you open up if you look on a larger time frame here, especially on a daily, I had these positions open, and I was drawing, as you can see, I was drawing in the trend lines, and it's so evident, right? It's so evident that we spoke about this on what day? On Thursday, right? We said that this market was trading in a tight range. We were seeing lower highs in the price, but also we lacked the lower highs, but we lacked the lower lows in price. Yes. So from the gold setup, we saw lower highs, but no lower lows. Yes, you said it, Bola. Lower highs, but no lower lows. And basically, we were waiting because sooner or later the market's moving in some form of a tight range. And what do we always say when the market moves into a range? What's the next step after that? Yes, exactly. Bola, explosion. Roland, waiting for news. Then the breakout. Yes. So, look what happened. Now we can see that precious metals, gold, silver, platinum, the other commodities, soft commodities, oil, everything's taken a massive hit. Let's pull up the Euler chart here very quickly. Let's take a look at what's going on here. And my good friend John Paulson is suffering. He runs one of the largest funds. I'm sure we've all heard of him. The guy that betted against a subprime mortgage. He's not my friend, but anyway. The guy that went short, betted against subprime mortgage, that banked, he banked like about 2 billion in one afternoon. And he amassed about 10 billion. I'm sure we've all heard of him. Extremely well. And we can clearly see his fund specifically he's a long only for the gold. And you can see from this year, we are close. We're just in small profits if you had bought from the open from January. So anyway, as we said, the market's making new lows. It was trading the tight range, and we saw it earlier, didn't we? Because there were opportunities, there were trades that we took on the gold, and banked small profit, but then the market was not showing any continued strength. And I did say the trade, anyone calls the trade that we all had entered this trade in and around end of April. It was a nice position to the upside, but there's a lack of strength to the upside. I actually felt that this market was going to try and bounce and continue, but that's what happens when you're a trader. You cannot be fixated in one specific direction. Because if I had said, oh, this market's going to continue to move to the upside, I'm not looking at any shorts, what would have happened? I would have been in a bad position right now. I probably would have had my account wiped out if I had only focused on bullish. But what happens if the market doesn't move in your favor? Then you have to say, okay, take a small profit, look for new opportunities, guys. Look for new opportunities, and then what then happens then, you're looking, if you're a shorter term trader, then you're actually moving, you're actually proactive rather than reacting to the market. Exactly, Roland, you're right. Bola said, doesn't mean he doesn't hedge or he believes now that he's a billionaire, he can always... Yeah, exactly, Bola. Bola's got it right there. What tends to happen if you have a nice billion or 4 or 5 billion in the bank, you know what happens. You have money, you're one of the few individuals that went against the overall hidden divergence. So these setups, you have to be really smart about this play. So there were some technical based specialists that, if they utilize the hidden divergence philosophy that we have, And if they entered at a very good price with a sufficient stop, then they would have done extremely well. Whether they'll be in the trade now, I don't know. But if they are, then that's absolutely phenomenal, because this market's taken a turn. And we all know one thing you have to be very wary of, especially with gold, that it can be very volatile, but you can amass a fortune trading the gold.